Okay, so what we're doing for odd one out is across the row for row A, you're going to answer the questions for answer 1, answer 2, and answer 3, and you're going to identify which one doesn't belong. So we're going to do row A together first. Then we're going to come around, Ms. Horton will come around right now with a calculator if you need it. But for here, if we're taking a look at negative 12 plus 8, if we've got negative 12 plus 8, what is that going to give us? Negative 12 plus 8. What do you get for that, CJ? Negative 4. Okay. What about for answer number 2? If we've got a positive 5 plus a negative 1, what would we get, Brian?
4.
Positive 4. Good. And then for answer 3, we've got negative 7 plus a positive 3. A negative 7 plus a positive 3. Jordan? Negative 4. So what we're looking at is here are our 3 answers. Which one is the odd one out? It's not negative 5, honey. Which one's the odd one out?
Positive 5. Positive 4.
Positive 4. Woo! There goes the camera. Positive 4 would be the odd one out because it's positive and the other 2 numbers are negative. So we've got 2 identical answers and one that is not an identical answer. So we would put a box around that one. So that's what you guys are going to do right now for your warm-up. You're going to go through each row and you're going to answer them. You should use the calculators. The calculators have been provided for you. We've already gone through the rules. Now we're just wanting to make sure you guys understand how to input that into your calculator. You're going to write down your answers for each of them, and then on every row you're going to identify which value was the odd one out. So I'm going to give you the next 10 minutes. 10 minutes is plenty of time for you to go through and do this. Are you socializing? No. You are taking your calculator and plugging this information in and finding the odd one out. 10 minutes. So again, all we did here, we just practiced our skills of adding and subtracting or combining together positive and negative values and identifying which ones were different. Right, Amara? Yes. Okay. Let's go ahead and flip it on over to the next page. What we're focusing on here, so what we did on the front was focus on our integers. Now we're adding in rational numbers. So rational numbers are things like decimals. Hey, stop. We're adding decimals and fractions for the next couple of days. So we're focusing here on some vocabulary with our addition and subtraction of our decimals for right now. With addition and subtraction of decimals, we're talking about transactions. Our transactions are things like debits and credits to an account. A debit, if you highlight a debit in pink right here, that's our withdrawal. Remember that if we're doing a withdrawal, that means something's being taken out of the account. That would be a subtraction problem. So whenever we're talking about making a debit or a withdrawal, we're subtracting from our account. We're taking money away from our account. Then we have a credit. A credit is a deposit into your account. That means you're putting money into the actual account. To put money in, that means that we would be adding the money into the account. So that would be an addition problem that we're focusing on for there. So we have some subtractions and some additions that we're going to be focusing on. For here, when we're taking a look at our first situation, this is what we call a bank ledger. So when you guys get a bank account, like a checking account, they'll give you checks and then they'll give you a little ledger in which you are to write your transactions in there. It's a way for you to be able to keep a document of your spending. How much money are you putting in? How much money are you taking out? Because if you get to a point where you take too much money out, more money than you have, the bank charges you. Okay? You're gonna, some banks might charge a $20 fee the first time it happens. If it happens again, it might be a $50 fee. So you want to make sure that you are keeping track of what you're spending and how much money's in the bank. Okay, so if we're taking a look at situation number one, on here it says that on August 12th we have a starting balance of $0. So we don't have any money in the bank at this point. Okay, now on August 16th, we're going to receive a check for your birthday. It's your birthday, you get a $40 check from your grandma. Is that going to be a payment withdrawal, which is a negative, or is that going to be a deposit, which is a positive? Deposit. Okay, so what we're going to do is I want to highlight that in my green so that I know it was a deposit, so that I know I'm adding that into my bank account. So for here, where it says the date, what date am I going to put? August 16th, right? It says August 16th. I'm going to put 8/16. Now the transaction just tells me what happened. It doesn't have to be, oh, you received a check from your grandma. It doesn't have to be that detailed. It could just be birthday money. I got some birthday money. Now again, we said it was not a withdrawal, so I can go ahead and put a little line through there so that I don't accidentally put any information in that spot. But I did say it was a deposit of $40. So where it says deposit, I'm going to put down that I am depositing $40. Now my balance is going to change because if I'm depositing money, I'm doing what operation? If we're depositing money, we're going to add. So off to the side where my original balance was $0, I'm going to put down that I'm going to add $40. So if I do 0 plus 40, I now have $40 in my account. Okay? Always. Now, I'm again, August 16th, I got another check, this time from my parents, but it's still a birthday check of $100. We already said it before, when you receive a birthday check, that's a positive. So I'm going to highlight that one in green, and that's going to be my next line. Okay? It also happened on 8/16. It was also some birthday money. It's just a different check that I received. So I don't have any withdrawals or payments, but now I'm adding $100 into my account. So does that mean my balance is now $100? No. What's my balance now? $140, because we're adding $100 to what I now previously had. So 40 plus 100 gives me $140. Okay? All right, let's take a look at the next transaction. Up at the top it says, on August 17th, you purchased a pair of pants from Old Navy for $23.42. Is that a payment withdrawal or a deposit? It's a withdrawal, right? It's payment. We are going to purchase an item, so that means we're spending the money. That's going to be a negative transaction. Okay, now, what was the date for it? August 17th. Where did I have the transaction at? Where did it happen? Where did I shop at? Old Navy. Do I need to put down that I bought pants? No. I just have to put down that I shopped at Old Navy, because when my statement comes out, all that the statement's going to say is Old Navy and then how much money I spent. Okay, so since I'm spending money, that's a negative amount. That's $23.42. I didn't deposit anything. So from my $140, I'm now going to go ahead and subtract $23.42 away from there. I'm going to subtract $23.42 away. So I now have $116.58 in my bank account. Okay, let's take a look at the next day. The next day, on August 18th, you find $5.19 in change during the day. I found money. Is that a positive or a negative? Positive. Who doesn't like finding money? Everyone likes finding money if it's theirs to keep, right? So we're going to add that into our account on August 18th, and I'm just going to find money. I'm going to put, I found money. I did not have to take it out of the account. I get to put it into my account, $5.19. So we're going to add $5.19. So now my new amount is $121.77. That's our new amount that we have in the bank. Okay, our last transaction, August 19th. We went shopping again. We went to Walmart, we bought some socks. Okay, so subtraction, right? That's going to be a withdrawal, a negative in our account. So on 8/19, we went to Walmart. We spent $12.76. So we're going to subtract $12.76 away from our account, but we're still going to have money in our account. We still have $109.01 in our account. Okay? So now we've got a couple of questions to ask. What is the balance in our account after all 5 transactions? How much money do we have in our account at the end? Amara? Very good. We have $109.01. After all the transactions, our final balance was $109.01. Okay? The next question, question B, it says, well, how much money did you deposit? So the total amount of positives. So we're looking at our deposit column. How many positive transactions did we have? 3. We had 3 positive transactions. So we're going to add those 3 transactions together. So $40, $100, and $5.19. We're going to add that together to show that we had a total of $145.19 for a positive transaction. Okay, now question C says, well, how much money did we pay or withdraw? How much money did we pay or withdraw? How many transactions were a payment or withdrawal? Amara? 2. We had 2 transactions that were a withdrawal or a payment, right? We had a negative $23.42, plus we had a negative $12.76. Now, if we combine those negatives together, we had a total negative of $36.18. Total negative transaction of $36.18. Okay, so all we did is we just filled out our little bank ledger with our positives and our negatives, and then we answered a couple questions at the end of that. So I want you guys right now is you're going to turn to the next page, page 3, and you're going to fill out scenario number 2 on your own. Fill out the dates, fill out whether they were a payment or a deposit, then how much is left in the bank after each transaction, and then you'll answer, there's 4 questions to answer after that situation, okay? So go ahead and fill out the next bank ledger on your own. On May 5th, we had a starting balance of $8. May 6th, we're going to be spending $4.38. So I would put down that on 5/6, I went to Marty's for some ice cream. And it was a spending amount, so we spent negative $4.38. That means we're going to take $4.38 away from $8, but we'll still have some money in the bank. We'll still have $3.62 in the bank. Okay, then on the 7th, we went to Circle H and we made some purchases on some crackers and candy and some soda. So on the 7th at Circle H, we spent $3.37. So we are taking away $3.37 from the amount of money that we've got. So that means we're still going to be left with 25 cents in the account. It's not much, but at least we still have some money in the account. Then on May 8th, we started earning some money. We went ahead and cut the neighbor's lawn for them, their grass. So I would just put down, hey, I did some lawn care. I did not have a withdrawal. Instead, this time I earned money. I earned $10. So I'm going to add $10 to my bank account so that I have a total of $10.25 in the account. Huh? What's wrong? That's fine. Work is fine. Yeah. All right. On May 8th, though, we bought a book off of Kindle. We bought a book off of the Kindle site. So we spent $14.80, which means we're taking $14.80 away from $10.25. That means we're going to go in the negatives, aren't we? We now have negative $4.55. That's called an overdraft. When you spend more money than what you actually have in the bank, it's an overdraft, and that's when they charge you. They might be like, oh, okay, you went below, you went negative, so we're going to charge you a $20 fee for that. Okay? Now, our final balance after all the transactions, like we said, it's a negative $4.55. All the money that we deposited, we only had one deposit that we made, $10. Yeah, at least something. We had 3 transactions of spending, right? We had negative $4.38 plus a negative $3.37 plus a negative $14.80. So we had a total amount of negative $22.55. A total of negative $22.55. So I didn't have enough money to buy the Kindle, did I? No. How much more money do I need in order to be able to buy the Kindle, Amara?
$4.
Yep. If we had just an additional $4.55, we would be able to get to purchase the Kindle without having any overdrafting. Now, loaded in Google Classroom, you've got IXL. Oh, wait, hold on, I forgot. Flip your paper over. I will flip it back, Corey. I will flip it back. But I want you to flip your paper over real quick. At the back, I just want to review one more time. How do you convert from a fraction to a decimal? So I want you guys to write down to convert. If I say I want to convert 3/8 into a decimal, then what we're going to do is we're going to take the numerator. Which number up here is the numerator? The 3. We're going to take the 3 and we're going to divide it by the denominator. Numerators get divided by denominator. So we're going to take that 3 and we're going to divide it by 8. Not 8 divided by 3. It's not always biggest divided by smallest. Okay, it's whatever is the top getting divided by whatever the bottom is. So 3 divided by 8 is going to give us 0.375. You want to make sure you remember how to do your conversions because you've got an IXL skill that's going to practice that, as well as an IXL skill on adding and subtracting with decimals. So do you need your calculator today?
Yes.
Yes, you do. Get started.